Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. We are starting off here with a brand new tutorial. This time I've chosen this sign-in, login sort of design here that you see, connection. As always, I will include in the description a link to where I found this online. It was not on Dribble this time, it was on some shadier looking website, but I will still provide you guys that link if you are so curious. We can see here it says designed by Technox. So despite the fact that this comes from a rather sketchy looking website, Technox I think is the people who we are owing this design and the inspiration for this little tutorial that I'm starting here. As you can see, I've started up a new Flutter project here with just a blank purple container. Let's dive right into it, all right guys? All right, so what's the first thing that we want to do? The first thing we want to do is probably change the background color, right? Just make this thing start looking like the design right away. So let's open up our color meter. As usual, it looks like we've got a gradient going on here. So 255, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. 255, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. That's so I don't forget it. And then we'll come in here and let's make this a decoration. Box decoration, gradient. And the second color looks to be 245, 50, 111. 245, 50, 111. Don't forget to delete these numbers. The Android Studio does not like when you leave random numbers up here. Alright guys, that's not so bad, is it? That looks pretty good if you ask me already. Okay, so now that we've got our background, let's get rid of the little demo thing. If you guys don't know how to do that, that's something like show debug, debug show checked banner, false. Let's get rid of that. And let's start building up a column, because all these things are stacked in a column here very nicely. So let's go ahead and do that. They have an icon here. I don't have access to this icon. You know what, first thing, let's go ahead and get the font awesome icons. If you guys know me or looked at any of my previous tutorials, font awesome is one of the packages that I like the most. Okay guys, that only took a couple minutes. I'm back here now after having installed the font awesome icons. Alright, let's get to work. Let's start with the container. Should say a column. Let's start adding some of our things here. So the first thing was an icon. I'm gonna go right into those font awesome icons right off the bat and say heart, heartbroken. Let's do let's do heartbroken because I like that. Next, a text that says connection. It's pretty simple there. Another text underneath that seems to say find. Let's save that already and see what we get. Oh. There we go, having the material there seems to fix the issue with the theme. Now I'm going to wrap this in the safe area. Cool, cool. Let's continue with the buttons. So it's going to be a row with an icon in it. Font awesome icons dot Facebook, Facebook F. Then text. Put their little bar in there. Sign in with Facebook. That's cool. This row, we'll have 3 of them eventually. Let's just go ahead and put a text at the bottom that says already registered. Sign in. Okay, we're starting to get somewhere. Let's start working on the look of these buttons. They need to be rounded with a white background. So let's go ahead and wrap them in a container. Decoration. Okay, that's already looking good. Let's give this a font color. Let's color the icon red too. And we'll increase the size of the icon as well. I'm not sure what the default size is. That'll do for now. Then let's give some padding. That's not so bad already. So we want to have padding on the sides, right? So that's the column. Okay. Let's see, what do we want to do? I'll just copy that then. So this is our button. So let's just copy that and do it 3 times. Sign in with Facebook. The second one, let's go into the second one. This is going to be Twitter. Let's change this. Twitter. Cool, cool. Actually make the main axis alignment centered. That's better. And same for the Facebook one. All right, let's close that, close that. The third one doesn't have an icon. So get rid of the icon. I'm going to leave it in the row for the time being. See what that gives us. Sign up. Okay, let's get rid of the row. Nope. Let's not get rid of the row. Let's just center it. That's better. Let's increase the vertical padding. We want to put some sized boxes in between each one of these. Let's go ahead and make a row out of that because we've got 2 different styles, which is annoying, but can do it pretty easily here. We'll color one of these. Why is this never working? Yeah, let's get this color 245, 48, 111. Same trick here. Let's center everything. Connection, that's good. Here the text needs to be white. It's good enough. In fact, I want this to be a little bit bigger. Cool enough. Okay, for the icon, I'm just going to make it red, or maybe the same color as this. And let's make that pretty big too, 60. Okay. And that looks pretty good, right? All right, next thing, let's go ahead and underline this already registered because you can see that's a link. It's going to be a link for us. So let's go here, text decoration, that underline. Okay, let's make it a little bit bigger. No, not that big. Of course, I knew it. And then bold as well. Okay, so that looks like it's a link now. Nobody will make that mistake. So you see the spacing here between the top icon area and this area. We need to create some space. So we could create a column within a column and use different spacing, space between, space around. We could just force a certain amount of space. That's what I think I'm leaning towards. You guys can choose to do something else. There's always many solutions to a problem in coding. I'm just going to go ahead and force this. So this is the text, and this is the meet people you love thing. So I'm just going to push. We also need to push it from the top too. So that looks okay at the top. This, in the design, it's pushed down a little bit further, so we don't have to match exactly the design, but and let's push the whole thing down a little bit more. I find that to be good enough. Fine, okay, we'll push down a little bit more, why not? Oopsies. There we go, good enough, right? Okay, so the next part of the design, let's look at this. We've got a create your login screen and a sign on screen. So we've got, obviously, you guys are very familiar with this pattern, and this is why I've chosen this for the little tutorial here, because I want to make things that are useful to you guys. So many people need to be able to create these sign-in screens. So anyways, what I was saying is you have a create your login and a sign-in if you've already got one. So what I want to do is actually between these, I want this section to slide, to animate when you click on either sign up or sign in. I want this to like sort of be a cool little animation, a simple animation to be able to fill in these fields depending on what you've clicked on. So let's go ahead and start doing that. So the section that we want to actually be animated and change is going to be a page view. And that's going to be starting from all of these Facebook buttons all the way down to the already registered button. So let's find that area, which starts here. So actually what I want to do is I'm going to create a new file. Let's go into our lib, create new Dart file. And I'll say paging container. Okay, and I'm also going to create a new file, new Dart file that represents the outer frame, the menu frame, which is just this icon area, which is going to stay static. It's not going to change. So let's make a menu frame here. Don't forget to import material. So everything that we've made up until now, I'm just going to take it and put it into that. So take this, cut, menu frame, got to import it. So now it's imported. Let's go to the menu frame, replace that, hit save. All right, we've got errors. Font awesome, yep. I like to just let the autocomplete import it for me. Okay, it's good. You click save. We have no errors. Everything looks exactly the same, which is what you would expect. And then underneath this sized box, which is this space, we're going to put a page view. Page view, which has children. And the children are going to be all of this, which I'm going to call the home sign-in screen, or the home sign-in widget. You can make up whatever name. That's just what's coming to me. Home sign-in widget. Yes, this needs to be a column, but everything else needs to be as well. And we need the icons again. In fact, we probably don't need the font awesome icons in the end back in the other file, but whatever, it's fine. This all needs to be and that expects a semicolon. Have I not screwed this all up? It looks like it's disappeared. Okay, we expect that actually, because now in here is where I want to put my home sign-in widget. Times 2, just to show you guys. Does that work? I think we need to put this inside of an expanded, this page view, because it doesn't know how much space to take here. So that's okay, let's do that. Okay, good. All right, so, okay, cool. So you guys see that now? Because I've put 2 of the same home and widget, they're now here. They're both showing up. Okay, so now what we want to do is have a create your login screen. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new Dart file. I'm not sure I needed to create this paging container. I think I got ahead of myself thinking that I would put the page view itself inside, but we'll just leave it for now. I don't think we're actually going to need it. Create login. That's good. Let's make it a stateful because it has text widgets that are ultimately going to keep track of what you type in them, like the username, the password. So we'll say create login. Now let's leave a container for now, because I just want to give it a weird color like I always do. I always start off with a weird color just to make sure that everything is working. Import material. And then if we go back in here, I'll make it the first one for now so we can see it without having to scroll. Purple, and then good. Good, that looks good. Okay, so what do we need first? We need a create login. This is going to be child, it's going to be a column, children, text, create your login, style. So next after the text should be text field, 3 text fields. So what I'm going to propose we do is just work on one of them, and then we will come back. So decoration, the input decoration. Let's get rid of the purple now. Okay, purple. Okay. I want to change that active color. Let's look at all of the color options. Fill color, no. Focus color. Don't know if that's it. No, that's not it. That'll be somewhere in the border or the underline. But is when we text, is it white? Perfect. So that looks somewhat okay. Next thing is there a border? Yes, border, underline, input border. Can I change the color? Here's a hint, hit Command P if you want to show all of the arguments, all of the properties. Border side, that's where the color is going to be changed. I think there's something with something called an enabled border. That might be it. Let's try and set all of this equal to the enabled border. Still turning blue, which might have to do with the theme that is set here. Primary swatch. I'm not expecting this to really do anything. Ah, okay. It does. It takes, by default, it seems to take the primary color as the active underline color. I'm sure there's a way to, where was I? I'm sure there's a way if we want to really look here. There's a lot of properties. Perhaps it's focused border. Focus color. I've already changed that. Let's just copy this exact thing. Now if I go back and make this something ridiculous, will it take the orange or will it take the... I'm not 100% convinced that we found it, but it seems to be... It's not orange anyway, so... I'm going to go ahead and change that back to white anyways. Cool. The hint style is not cool. It's not cool, man. That looks closer to what we have here. Anyways, okay. Now let's go ahead and copy this. Now the only thing that we have to worry about is the hint text. So enter, no, it just says password. And then confirm password, no, re-enter password. And then we need to obscure the text for a password field. So that'll help to hide the text as you're typing it in, as we are very familiar with all of our password fields. Perfect. Next is a row with a checkbox. So let's close all of the text fields. Row, children, checkbox. Checkbox, value. Let's call this terms agreed. And then let's create that up here in the state as a Boolean. Okay. Am I still inside the checkbox? How about value changed? Nope, I am. Let's see what it is, on changed. New value, it's a Boolean that you pass into a function. We're going to set state and say terms agreed is equal to the new value. Okay, after the checkbox is closed, let's go ahead and put a text. Cool, cool. We want it to be, I think, orange, actually, the color of the checkbox. Active color, orange. That looks better. White text. Where the row is finished, we need to go and create some buttons. So make a row, children, text, cancel in all caps, followed by another text that says save in all caps. And then after this, seems like there's agree to terms and conditions at the bottom. Not really sure what the purpose of that is. Maybe it's to click on to go to see the terms and conditions. Something that no one would ever do. No one, literally, no one. So we want a space between save, cancel is going to be white. I know it's not actually red, it's this color of the gradient, but for this video, we're just going to say red. It's easy. Container, decoration. Adding edge insets, symmetric, vertical, horizontal. I'm actually going to change the alignment here because I don't think that's the best strategy of going about doing this. I think actually centering them is the best strategy, and then pushing them away from each other from the center. Save. Nah, it's too much. So let's go ahead and now put a sized box in between the two to push them away from each other. Okay, and that looks okay. And let's just deal with the spacing now. All that really remains on this screen is just to deal with the spacing. All right, that looks pretty good. So now actually what we're going to do is go to the third screen. And it's not very different from what we've just created. So what we're going to do is actually copy everything and be lazy yet again. So let's create a new file. And this one I'm just going to call sign in. Okay, so I've copied everything and pasted it exactly as is into our new sign in screen. Saved, everything seems to be cool. Let's go back to the menu frame. Let's put the sign in here. Oh, it's not. There we go. All right. See that? We got two of the same, and then our original screen. Cool. Let's go back into our new screen, sign in. I am now going to close this paging container, and I don't think I ever really needed it in the first place. Okay, so here we are, and now this is going to say sign in. Let's go back to, there we go, sign in. Enter username. It says email, but let's just leave it because we're lazy. So we can get rid of the confirm password text field, which is this one. Okay, and they have a checkbox as well. Instead of agree to terms and conditions, this one is remember password. So I'm just refactoring and changing the name of this variable so it's more clear later on. Okay, remember password. So everything is good there. We just need to rename the text. Oops. Actually would prefer if that was centered. Was it not centered on the previous one? I guess not. Let's go back and change that. Okay. Username, password, remember password. And then instead of cancel and save, we have a get started, which I think would just be login normally. Let's get rid of this cancel button. Oh no, I'm on the wrong screen. Now let's get rid of the cancel button. Save, okay. I get rid of the row. And then what if I say the width is double.infinity? Want this to expand. You know, their design has it being shorter. It's not sure if it's lined up perfectly with the edge. Here I'm actually lined up perfectly with the edge. We could change the padding if we wanted to, but you know, as I said before, let's just be lazy. I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go back in, I'm going to copy that row that I just sort of destroyed with the two buttons that cancel. I'm copying this row here because I'm going to use it for the Facebook and the Twitter buttons. So let's go ahead and after the login container, sized box, now instead of save, instead of a text, let's delete this. Make it an icon. Font awesome icons. Dot Facebook F. And now that we have that, let's make the color red. And reduce the padding. Where's the padding? Here. In fact, I want to just have padding all. They can all be the same. There we go. And then we'll just copy this container. And there we go. Now this should just be the Twitter icon. See, I love being lazy. Isn't it great, guys? If you're lazy, programming is definitely... I shouldn't say that. I was going to say it's definitely the right career for you, but it's not always true. Anyway, and now we have this underlined forgot password looking link. I'm just going to copy that again from this first page, this already registered looking thing. There it is. I'm going to copy the sized box too. Back to sign in. Delete that. Oh, let's go back to already registered sign in and we'll just say forgot password? Question mark. And then what do we have? Just at the very bottom here. Don't have an account, sign up. Okay. Now this container needs to be pushed all the way to the bottom. So how do we want to do that, guys? Do we want to stack it on top? Or do we want to just include it as, maybe create a column inside of a column? and push. The question is, are we stuck inside of the safe area? So what if I make this into a column? And then inside the main column, I say space between. Nope, that's not quite what I was hoping for. So let's just undo that. It's not what I was hoping for. So I want to put this inside of a column along with everything else. And this I don't think needs to be inside of a column, but it just needs to be separate from the other one. Now what happens if I say main axis alignment? Nope, that doesn't seem to be working. Let's go ahead and let's undo what I've just done with creating the column inside of the column. Are we back to normal? Yes, we're back to normal. Save. Everything is still good. Let's go ahead and stack. Okay, and then let's make the padding. You know, we've actually got a bigger problem here because this is inside of our paging container, and if we look, our paging container does not actually extend outside of the safe area. So remember when I had, where's my page view? Actually, remember when I had just a purple screen? I'm not sure if you guys remember that anymore, but actually, because this is all contained inside of this safe area, we're not actually going to be able to follow the design. So what do we have to do? What we can do is make a column, and then outside of the safe area, I have a feeling this might break stuff, you guys. So let's go ahead and just try it anyways. The safe area. Well, now we have what we were hoping for. We've got a bit of an issue because the padding is no longer valid on the page view. So let's go ahead and add padding. So now we're forcing. Okay, wait. We have to find where I put that sized box. Yep. Okay, so as you guys see, what I just changed there, I made the width of this container double.infinity, so it will expand all the way. But we have to get rid of the padding that was being applied to the whole page view, because we can't have that preventing this from expanding all the way to the side. So let's go ahead and add padding. Okay, so the only thing that still remains is just fixing this here. Let's see. Okay, so it will not enter into this bottom area. This might be something where I'm going to pause the video and go ahead and just search out the solution for this and explain it to you guys when I get back. Sound good? All right. that was a small pause of about 1 minute because actually the solution was actually staring at us right here in the face. This padding on the expanded is set to 40 vertical, and if we make that 0, that resolves the problem immediately. So let's see what other issues that might cause. I'm not sure we even need that anymore. I think we were trying to increase the space here, which we can do if we want to inside the home sign-in widget, and just set a vertical here of, I don't know, 30. So that takes care of it here locally inside this home sign-in widget, and we can play around here then with, so where was that? I'm going to go ahead and remove this padding. Okay, saved, it's still okay. So now inside the stack that we created in the sign-in, let's go ahead and edit this text. Okay, so now let's just connect this, put this all together. Let's go back to the menu frame, put these in a different order. Sign in for me, let's just put the home one first. And I think the rest takes care of itself. Sign in is good as the second, and create can be the third. One thing you can do here is define a controller. Okay, now we have a page controller, so we can control the page view. Page controller. And now we come to, if we want to click on sign up, so where's that? That's on the home sign in. Let's create a function here as a callback. Go to sign up. We have to initialize. We may as well create another one right away. This one will be go to sign in. And add that to the initializer as well. All right, so let's find these buttons. Sign up. Where is sign up? This container, sign up. So if you click on this container, let's say go to sign up. Okay, and if you click on already registered sign in, let's go back to the menu frame, create these functions in the home sign in widget. Go to sign in. So sign in is the second page. So say page controller.animate, animate to page 1, because it starts at 0. 0, 1, and 2 are our page numbers. A duration of 200 milliseconds, just randomly. Any amount will work. Curves.easeIn. Okay, and then after that's defined, let's say go to sign up, same deal, except go to page 2. Okay, sign up, create your login, sign in. Okay, we could connect these other buttons too, right? Cancel should go back. So create your login screen. Let's define a function. And then if we save here, create login, cancel, go back home. Then we just copy this again. Animate to page 0. See that? So already registered, sign in, sign up, create your login, cancel, goes back. And actually maybe we don't want to be able to scroll. So you can define here in the properties here, scroll physics, never scroll physics, never scrollable physics. Now you can't. I'm trying to scroll and it's not working. Okay, guys, that was pretty quick and easy, right? A sign-in screen. What I'm thinking of doing, not right away, is to dive a little deeper into this, because I know that making sign-in screens is something that we all need, or most people need for their apps. So what I'd love to do is to sort of embellish or go even further with this series. Maybe show people how to connect to Firebase, or to connect to, maybe I'll look into the signing in with Twitter or Facebook, and then get some like working with forms on how to to check these to make sure the passwords match. Let me know if you guys have some other ideas for some. I want to create sort of like a recipe book. Like if you were going to create an app, what are the most common needed types of widgets or kind of workflows? Like how do you create a sign-in screen? How do you create notifications, or sort of like a recipe book, so that someone could come here if they ever had a problem, they got stuck when they were making an app. All right. Otherwise, let me know if you guys liked the video by clicking on the like button, subscribe, please, if you want to be notified when I come out with more content. I think it's really cool. I'm having a lot of fun making these videos, and please do come back for more. All right, we'll see you guys soon.